Of course, the reason that I have ponytail is because this girl forgot to wash her hair. Look at all that gray hair. All right, so today we're going to talk about how to set up your ancestor altar for Samhain. Stay tuned. Hello my little wonder bugs, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maria Soul. I'm a witch and a tarot card reader, and on this channel we talk about spirituality, witchcraft, divination, and books. And today specifically we're going to be talking about the witch's new year, which is Samhain. But the main thing that we're going to be talking about is how to set up an ancestor altar for Samhain. But before we start, I want to let you guys know that I have an important message at the end of this video, so please stay tuned. Let's get a little bit of a background on what is Samhain, and really short, very quickly, very to the point. Samhain is the holiday that we celebrate the beloved dead. So basically we celebrate the people that have died, our beloved loved ones, our friends, our family that are not with us right here in the living, but have passed on to the other world. Now, it is also the time to remember that the world is dying as well, meaning plants are dying, animals are hibernating. To a certain degree, everything is going to sleep or a stasis, or a form of death, because plants die and then in the summer or spring, they start coming back. They start waking up, I guess you could say, because animals also do the same thing. They stop hibernating, they come out, and that is the first sign of spring. So Samhain is a celebration of change, of endings and new beginnings or new possibilities that will be coming about. But first you gotta go through the bad part to get to the good part, just like any kind of transformation in your life in general. Now, to start up creating your ancestor altar or your Samhain altar, however you want to call it. Now, some of us have ancestor altars that are open or set up throughout the whole entire year. We never take them down, but some of us do this only during this time of year, which is perfectly fine. Either or is okay. And please understand that what I'm going to talk about today, there's no hard set rule. So if you don't like something, if you think, hey, that's not really my thing, that's perfectly fine. Don't add that to your altar. That's okay. You don't have to. It's really up to you. These are just suggestions that I have for myself, that I do for my own altar, and that I have looked up and have learned that this is the standard, give or take. First things first, which is the easiest, and that is color. And the traditional colors for Samhain are the traditional colors for Halloween. So black, orange, purple, yes, sometimes green, and also a dark red. Now these colors can be represented in your altar by tablecloths, candles, the accessories and decorations that you're gonna put on can have these colors. Now, here's the thing. Do I follow that particular rule? Not really. As you can see, this is what I use on my ancestor altar, and it's pink. So at least this year I'm adding that to it, and it's pink. So, you know, your color scheme is really your own, but those are the more traditional color schemes that are typically seen in ancestor altars during this time of year. The next thing that you should think about when creating your ancestor altar would be, what are the symbols of death that you know, or symbols of this time of year, of fall, of the harvest season. So add that to your altar. So some of them would be pumpkins, acorns, apples, and symbols of death, which would be animal bones of some sort. Obviously, only use real bones if you feel comfortable. If you don't, you can use fake ones that you can find like at an arts and crafts store. Like for myself, this is what I use. It's a skull with a raven on it, and that for me is enough. I don't need to have something that's real. And plus my mom would probably lose her ever-living mind. Now the next thing would be divination tools. Now this could be any divination tool that you want, and I mean any divination tool. Don't pick one just because you think that's very witchy or very Samhain-y or anything like that, and you're not really good at that one particular thing. Doesn't really work now, does it? So the best thing is for you to pick a divination tool that you're good at. So if you're good at dowsing rods or pendulums, tarot, whatever it is, it's good to have one of them on your altar that you are creating, because this time of year, the veil between the living and the dead is very thin. So communication with the dead is very it's easily achieved. Trust me, it's really easily achieved. My personal experience. So you can easily use your tarot cards or your pendulum or your runes or whatever it is that you are really good at, if you're good at anything for that matter. If you're not, I would say, like, pendulum, those are easy, one or yes or no questions. And you can use that to actually communicate with the dead at your altar that you have for them. And having that at your altar at all times would be easy for you to just pick it up and just go like, what do you got to tell me? And you'll feel it. You'll know that there's like communication coming through. And that's sort of like a way to make it easy for you to understand it even more than it would be, because, it's this time of year. I mean, come on. During this time period, it's also customary to eat seasonal foods, such as pumpkin pie, anything with apples, roasted meat, root vegetables, cider, which, I love cider. Can I say that? I really, really, really love cider. Oh my God. I think I love it more than wine. The other thing is malt wine. So you can drink that too. That's very traditional during this time of period. And the reason for that is because this was the end of the harvest. This was the last harvest before winter, before everything died. So you made as much food as you possibly could to hold off throughout winter, so then you wouldn't run out of food. And that's why it's traditional to cook a lot of food, a lot of seasonal foods during this time of year. Now, this is the most important thing to put on your ancestor altar, and that is something to represent your ancestors. For instance, my father has been deceased for years, and what I use to represent him is a photo of his. Now, I have gone to rituals that we were supposed to bring something to represent our deceased loved ones, but I couldn't take his photo. So what I did was that I used his car keys that I actually inherited his truck once he died. And those keys were very important to me. So that's what I used to represent him. So for any of you that have had relatives that have died, but you don't have photos of them, have something that represented them. So if they were avid readers, put sunglasses or put a book that you knew that they liked, and have that as their representation. What is them or represents them on the altar? Because obviously this holiday is for them. It's to commune with them. It's to be with them to a certain degree. So it's good to have something to represent them, something to focus while you are trying to commune with them. Last but definitely not least, and that is an offering to your deceased loved ones. So this could be their favorite drink, their favorite food, their favorite anything, just anything that they liked, particularly something that can be consumed and that is biodegradable on the earth, because after the holiday, what you do is that you take that offering and you actually put it back into the earth. So make sure that whatever it is that you give them is biodegradable. Myself, I normally give my father, because he loved this stuff, and that is Little Debbie sandwiches or little cupcakes from the Little Debbie's, because he loved that stuff. And then I also give him Cuban black bean soup, because he loved Cuban black bean soup. And lastly, but not least, would be like a little cup of espresso that I would give him to the photo on the altar. So in the end, just make sure that, one, they loved what it was, and two, that it's biodegradable. Very important here. And you can give them this throughout the month of October, but you can also do it just on Samhain, which is the 31st, which is Halloween. So it's really up to you if you want to do it just that night, or if you want to give them something that obviously won't rot and won't smell on the altar throughout the month. I normally do is that I put a little bit of coffee in the little espresso cup, and I just give him a little bit of that. And then at the end, on the actual Samhain, I will give him something more substantial. And that is my little something for him throughout that month. And then on the next day, on November the 1st, I will take that offering and I will put it into the earth. But he is taking that energy that I have put into either making it, giving it to him, that love, that understanding that I still have him in my heart. And that is what you're really doing by giving them that food. They're taking that energy and it's almost like food for them just not in the physical form. All right, everybody, I hope that you guys all enjoyed this video that I created on the fly. Yeah, right. I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions or any suggestions, or you want to share your experience with having an ancestor altar or something in that nature, please don't hesitate. Leave the comments down below. I would really love to hear from you. Other than that, my message to you guys that's very important, that I am excited to let you know, is that I am going to be doing a live video on Halloween. I am going to do some readings. We're going to talk spooky stuff. It's going to be fun. I don't know how long it's going to be. It might be like around maybe an hour and a half, because I do live with my mother who's a Pentecostal Christian. So, but we will try our best, and I want to have fun with you guys. I want to have a nice little talk. Last but not least of the little messages that I want to give you guys is that I have a Patreon, and I also opened a YouTube membership. Now, you guys don't have to join. You don't have to do anything if you don't want to. But if you do want to support my channel and help me make more videos and help me do this more often so you guys get more cool stuff from my channel, I would really appreciate it. And what you would get if you join either or, and mind you, whoever joins the Patreon or the membership, it's the same. So it's really up to you which platform you feel more comfortable with. If you want to help me out, the things that you will get are behind the scenes footage and photos and little things here and there from me. Also, you get once either a month or every 2 weeks, I will be doing a poll that basically lets me know what you guys want to see on my channel. So if you guys want me to do more stuff about zodiac signs, or if you want me to do more pick-a-cards, or if you want me to do more book reviews or book vlogs or this or that or blah, 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 you guys can comment, you can tell me, and I will respond to that. And the great thing about it is that as time goes on, I might add more benefits because I'll have more time to really put into this channel because of everybody's help. And that is why I really would hope that you guys could help out. If you can't, that is fine. You don't have to do anything. That's okay. I'm still gonna be here. It's just you're not gonna see as much of me. All right, so that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I really hope that you enjoy this video, and I hope to see you when I'm doing the live for Samhain, because that would be awesome. I would really love everybody to show up. Without further ado, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment because it really helps with the algorithm. Other than that, guys, much love and many blessings.